Are you ready? Because I'm not. Okay, let's see. Oh my god, you guys, we have reached more than 1,000 subscribers. Okay, we do another one. I want to have another one. Okay. Oh, look at this. Okay, I'm just too excited and I wanted to celebrate this with you. So I thought, why not do a little bit of a funky intro? I just want to thank you from the bottom of my heart, because this is just, it feels very unrealistic, but when reading your comments and seeing you in the Facebook group and everything, it's just, we did it. 1,000 subscribers, and it was my goal to reach 1,000, or no, it was not my goal to reach it for the end of the year, but a few days before the end of the year I saw it was really close, and a lot of you helped me reach it, which was so fun. So we did it. We are over 1,000 subscribers here on the Mindful Creators within a few months. So I was shaking. I'm like, it feels like I'm shaking. I'm not shaking, but it feels like it. So I needed to do a little celebratory intro. This really looks ridiculous, but I'm doing it all for you. It's all for you. Okay, I'm gonna set up my seat. I'm like completely out of it now. I'm gonna set up my seat and we're gonna start the podcast, because this is what you're here for. So let's go. So we are in our podcast spot, or actually another spot, but I have a tripod now, so I don't have to sit on the ground anymore, which is nice. But welcome here if you're new, welcome back if you have been a regular watcher, viewer. This intro was a little bit different, of course, so if you're new here, you were in for a treat. I am Fem. I make knitting and crochet related videos on this channel, and I talk about mental health, mental well-being, mindfulness on the Mindful Creators here. And this is our 7th podcast episode, if I'm correct. 7th already, so I've been enjoying this so much. Let's start this podcast off first with our question of the day, because I got a new cup. Actually, my voice is like falling down. I'm sorry, I hope that won't be too annoying. My aunt, or actually my boyfriend's aunt, had these mugs and she didn't use them, so she asked if we could have them. They are very big too, so I already said last time I wanted some new ones. They're also very heavy, so I'm gonna put it down. But the question of the day, or tea question, if you're new here, we have this Dutch tea brand that does questions of, let's see if it focuses. Yeah, come on. Does questions on tea bags. So this question is, which good habit do you want to learn? For me, if you make it knitting crochet related, I want to learn to cast off more, so to have more finished objects. I actually do have quite a lot this podcast, which is not normal for me. We have quite a lot of finished objects, quite a lot of acquisitions, which is also not something that I normally have. I am very much a slow knitter. It can really take me a long time to finish something, but I do want to learn to cast off a little bit more. So focus more on a few projects instead of a lot. However, on the other side, I do really like casting on. So I'm gonna talk a little bit more about it later, the casting on part. It just makes me really happy, so I think we should talk about it. So later in the video, I will talk about the joy of casting on for me. Maybe you can recognize yourself in it too. But finished objects, we have quite a lot actually. And I'm gonna start with one that we have been anticipating, yeah, for a long time. If you're a regular watcher, you might know what I'm talking about. We're getting a little bit overexposed here. I finally, you can already see it, finished these socks. Finally! Oh my goodness, they are amazing. Okay, these are the Love Heart socks by From Devon with Love UK. I love these colors together. That red really pops, and I'm normally don't really fan of red, but in this combination I really love it. So these have been on my needles for 2.5 months. Actually the second one. So the first one I knit in a week, I think. I think this is the first one. This is my first color work project ever. I'm not, I knit for about 6 months now, so keep that in mind. I've been wearing this for 3 days too, but they literally smell great. So if you're new to knitted socks, if you knit socks of wool, this is alpaca wool mix. Wool is self-cleansing, so with normal socks you want to wash them every single day, but these you can wear 3 to 5 days, I think. I have worn these for 3 days straight and they are totally fine. So that's why I can smell them. But yeah, love hard socks by from Devon with Love UK. So fun. So cute. These are actually really fast knit. It's just the other one I kept on the needles for way too long and I was doing other things in between, gift knits, and so I could have finished these way faster. But I really love it. I'm going to put it on my new sock blocker. I only get one, so I have to just put one on. I still have the thing on because I want to buy a second one. Got this for Christmas, but I'm going to show it later in the acquisitions part. Let's see which one. I'm going to do the prettiest one. One of the two has a little bit of a better color work because I did make it too tight on the first one. So the second one did make it a little bit looser, but it also made it a little bit less pretty. So this is it in all its glory. Sorry, my voice has been a bit annoying today. This yarn is Drops Nord. I love the colors, I love the feel, I hate how it wears already. So I've been wearing this for a few days, as I said. One of the days we really went out, I had my Dr. Martens on. So yeah, those chunky leather boots. And you can already see that it starts to felt. I don't really mind that a lot. However, it also starts to peel a lot. I already shaved these after the first day of wearing them. Drops Nord is also not really a sock yarn. A lot of people use it for socks. It is fine. It is alpaca blend, as I said. Has this really nice fluff over it. Here you can see it really well. It really does look nice, but I do need to shave them quite a lot already, I think, because you can see it here. I've shaven them and now the fluff goes away, which is fine by me. But yeah, finally casted these off. I was like, okay, I took a week off, by the way. Last week's video was filmed the week before. I was like, okay, I should take a break just because I officially have Christmas holiday at the moment. But I took a week off and I was like, I want to finish these. And I did it in, I think, a day or a day and a half. So I'm really happy. I've been wearing them every single day since I finished them. So I think I finished them a few days ago then. Probably, yeah. Yeah, the Love Heart socks. I already blocked them too, so they keep their shape really nicely. Did I already say that these are from Devon with Love UK? I will link the pattern below. It's really nice. It's from Etsy. It's a paid pattern. Really nice designer. I asked her a few questions, I think, in the beginning. She answered them all. I really like it. So, Love Heart socks. You won't be seeing these anymore in the pot, or maybe if I'm wearing them, but you won't be seeing them in the whips anymore. So we have to say goodbye of these, but I'm going to be wearing them, of course. Okay, I'm talking very fast already. This will probably be way too hot still to drink, but as you know, we're going to try. That's not too bad actually. This is a different tea. This is chamomile. I do also really like it, but I like the other one better. Yeah, it's fine. I normally really love chamomile. I was drinking it like the whole day. I learned to drink tea a few years ago. Started with, ooh, how do you say that in English? Rooibos? I have no idea how you say it in English. With sugar. I don't drink it with sugar anymore. I'm also putting another sock on the blocker because I have more finished objects. I'm rambling. Okay, we're going to talk about the socks, not about tea. It's okay. If I've been following around, I was gift knitting. Still am actually, because I didn't finish the gift knits. I have two. But I did kind of finish one. Not on time. and it's not completely finished. So this is like the halfly finished part of the podcast. So it's still a whip actually, but it's like a half whip. This is gonna be a long podcast, you guys. I already feel it. I'm putting it on the blocker, but it doesn't really work because they're way too big. These are socks for my brother. This is a sock heavy podcast. These are self-drafted socks. I just use the general pattern of the Love Heart socks for the shaping. However, I am duplicate stitching these eyes, so it looks like they are minions. My brother is with special needs, so he is 28, but mentally he has the capacity of about a 4-year-old. So he also loves things that a 4-year-old loves. So I normally buy crazy socks for him every Christmas. But no, since I'm knitting, I was like, I'm gonna make some socks for him. And he didn't have minion socks yet. I finished the colorwork of the Love Heart socks first. However, I didn't feel so confident in my colorwork yet. And since he is very rough with his socks, I was like, yeah, I'm not going to do the colorwork like that. I'm going to do a duplicate stitch. However, it just takes a lot of time. It's like I'm duplicate stitching so 2 eyes here, and then this white band is going all around. And I actually have another finished sock, which I'm going to show you in a little bit, which is colorwork, which does really give me the confidence to do colorwork knitting. So I'm a little bit like, I wish I had done that before and had done this too, like that. But that's okay. I want to finish these eventually. For him, it doesn't matter. he really doesn't care at all, of course. So these will be finished eventually. Didn't work a lot of it. Oh, I did finish. So this one was already finished knitting. I did finish knitting this one on Christmas Day. So that was fun. So I just took them with me. And I was knitting next to him when I was making it. It was so fun. Like a few weeks ago, we were at my parents' too. I think it was for my father's birthday. And while we were there, I had these socks with me because I wanted to fit one on him. That's when I realized he didn't have size 12, but I think 11. But that's another story. And I was trying this on, like blocking his view. And he was like to the side looking like, oh my God. So that was really nice. But yeah, these are halfly finished. I'm getting overexposed when I look to the side, so sorry about that. This is a chaotic video again, but apparently you liked it because we're with 1,000 now, so it's insane. I'm gonna talk about that subject a little bit. 11 minutes in already, jeez. Okay, the sock that I was just talking about. In my last podcast, I said that I wouldn't be casting anything on. But I know myself by now, and I think you do too. And if I'm going to keep myself from doing something, I will be doing it. So I got some yarn that I'm going to show you in the end. And I just was so excited to work with it. So it's sock yarn from Lana Gossa. And it is a fade. It is not a, I thought it was variegated. It is still variegated, but it is a fade. So let's talk about that a little bit later. I just couldn't wait to make something with it. So I was looking up sock patterns, colorwork sock, free sock patterns, just everything. And I came across these. Look at these socks. Aren't these beautiful? I love them so much. Oh. And the fun thing is I knitted these in 2.5 days. I also don't know what's happening, but I'm just in love with them. These are the, if I'm saying it correct, I thought it was the Easy Peasy Socks by Krupa Knits. And they are, she mentions them as a easy sock pattern for beginner sock knitters. No, for beginner colorwork knitters. And I was like, beginner? That doesn't really look beginner, but it is. It really is. The reason why it is beginner is because there are no more than 3 stitches between colors. So this makes that your floats are not too long. And I can show you that because, of course, the inside is full of floats. It looks really funny. You also see the fade of the yarn very clearly. So, let's see. Like here you can see the floats. Here you can clearly see that there is not much, there are not much gaps between. And you see the fade very nicely. So it starts with a darker orange, and goes to a really lighter orange, and it goes to pinkish purple eventually. This is the skein. So I caked these up. There were hangs, and here you can see the fade a little bit. So I like to pull from the middle. So this started off with this darker orange. Focus, please. Please focus. Yep. Start off with the dark orange. So it will, I think I will start the other sock with the dark purple, because I would like to see, like I could also start with just the orange side again, but I think it will be fun to really have like two mismatching socks that are matching, you know. These also fit great, by the way. I really love this fit. I made the size medium. I started with the small. I actually also ripped it out completely when I was about here. I made like this part in an hour or two. I don't know how, it just goes so fast. I do it on tiny circulars, really love it. But what was I saying again? I have no idea, but I'm so sorry. I want to do the other one also from the darkest of purple. Is that purple? Magenta, almost, I think. From the darkest side to lighter, and hopefully I get some specks of orange in the feet, because I have the feeling that there is more orange in this than a purplish color. In the toes, I don't know if you can see it, but there are, like here, a few little specks of the pinkish coming through. Also, this toe is looking really sloppy. The toe decreases were a little bit different than normal. And I was like, what the hell? So I just went and didn't really put a lot of attention in it. So it is a bit wonky, but that makes it actually fit very nicely. So I will have a left and right sock this way. I don't know if you really can see it, but it's a little bit more slanted on one side, which actually makes it fit very nicely for my right foot. Yes. These need a block still, but I wanted to show them first. I think it looks really neat too. I'm pretty proud of myself. This really gave me the confidence in colorwork knitting now. In a previous podcast, a few back actually, I talked about making the spot sweater, which is this one from Anne Wenzel, and I think it's so beautiful. I actually have quite a bit of yarn already laying around. Not the greatest colors. I swatched and I didn't really love it, but when swatching that I was like, ooh, I'm not sure if I am able to do this, but this is a great practice. Absolutely love them. Going to cast the other one on today, I think. Only thing that doesn't fit that nicely is this, because I had to actually knit it on a tie-dye needle. Didn't do that because I don't have a tie-dye needle for my circulars, tiny circulars. Yeah, it's okay. One thing, a question. I actually I don't know if this is really, yeah, it is tighter. Okay, so the bottom and like the leg, here you can see it. The leg always gets bigger for me. Also with the other socks. Well, this should be the same stitch count. Maybe it's the pattern that does it. So this is actually a little bit too wide. Like it fits great still. But here you can see it on the blocker. That it should be a little bit, can you see? It should be a little bit tighter. So I don't know how that happens. So I knit tighter in the end or something. I don't know. Oh, here I can also really see like the pinkish kind of color coming through. It's really subtle. It's a bit difficult to see. Oh, okay, one more moment for this. Oh, it's so beautiful. I love it. Yeah. I can talk longer about this. So this is like halfly finished, because next time you will see the other sock, hopefully. I'm not going to make promises. I always do that and I never really do what I say that I will do. Not in real life, only about knitting. Don't worry. So maybe I have the other one finished, maybe it's still whip, but this is like halfly finished and I wanted to show you finished objects. Then one more finished object that I'm going to talk about is a mitten. If you, it's crochet actually, so that's fun. If you have seen the video of brunaticality. I hope I said it correctly. I hope that's the right name actually. There is this amazing crochet designer who makes tutorial videos also on YouTube here, quite popular. And she had made this video of a mitten, which is worked flat, and it has a really fun construction. It's like so, I can't show it like flat of course, but it is like you make the mittens, attached to each other, but the thumb, like one thumb is pointing upwards and the other is like pointing down, like something like this. And by doing that and sewing it together, you get this, that the thumb is pointing inwards. So that's so fun. Also, I'm going to talk a little bit more about the yarn that I used in the sock in the acquisition part, so don't worry, I will talk about it. This yarn is, so I put it on now, and now you can see the thumb goes in. This yarn is a mix of Drops Melody. I've had it laying around for quite a long time, and quite a lot of it is alpaca mixed with a little bit of wool, a little bit of nylon. I'm not 100% sure. Drops Melody, yeah, in the color seagrass, sea green, and just some really cheap yarn from the Zeeman, if you're Dutch, you know. So, which is just acrylic. I put that together so get the right gauge, but it is too tight. I really want to love this actually, but the thing is, this is just too tight, as you can see here. This is almost like too wide, this is too tight. So I do want to make the other one. I would like to have the whole pair, but not for myself. I maybe want to donate this. So you will see this eventually in a future video. But they are really fun. So if you have some narrow, I actually have quite small hands. It doesn't look like it right now, but small fingers maybe. If you have some really narrow hands, those will be great. And otherwise, if you watch the video, you will understand what I mean. But maybe make the middle part larger. However, the cuff will be larger too then. So figure that out if you are interested in making these. These are really fast. I made this one in 2 hours, I think. Not even. So it was a very nice in-between project. However, this pointed out again that crocheting is not the best for my body because my shoulder flared up completely and I fluff. The next day, it wasn't great. So crocheting is physically not the best thing to do for me. I really like it. I started crocheting actually before I started knitting. I've crocheted quite some amigurumis. So I still want to make a video on that actually, about amigurumi patterns for beginners. That will be fun. But I did quite a lot of crocheting, like obsessively for a few months. And then I also did knitting, and now I'm just obsessively knitting for half a year already. Okay, let's have a tea break because we're going very fast, but I also have a lot to say. So yeah, it's gonna be a long one, I think. A lot of the times I say, oh, I think this is going to be a short one, and it always is a long one. I think last time it was like 45 minutes, so that was pretty short for me. But I think this one is going to be a long one. Maybe it isn't, but we'll see. I'm just going to take my tea bag out actually. Oh, I'm so happy with this cup. I think it's so beautiful. It's like really big. Okay. It does cool down my tea quite fast. Or I'm just talking too much. Probably the second. Okay, let's go into the... I always do like finished objects, a little bit of news. This will be my little bit of news thing. I've already talked about it. The 1,000 subscribers, 1,000 plus actually, because the moment I'm filming this, I think I'm 1,120, which is bonkers. It's so fun. It's just, I really want to thank you. Another thing that comes with me reaching this 1,000 subscribers, I have to say it differently. On YouTube, a lot of YouTubers are able to make some money off of YouTube. It doesn't cost you anything. It's just a really nice way to support your own channel. So you have to reach 1,000 subscribers and 4,000 watch hours. And I actually reached that at the same time. So what I'm now able to do is that I've learned that I'm earning a little bit, it really is a little bit of money of the videos that I make. So you might see you might see a few ads in some videos, and I just want to explain how that supports me and the channel and YouTube, because I'm able to make content for you. I really want to make the Mind for Creators a full-time thing eventually this year. So that's scary to say out loud actually, but I'm already getting off-road. What I wanted to tell you is at the beginning of a video you see ads. That is on every video, if someone is making money of it or not. But I'm able to put a few ads in a video. I won't bombard you with ads because I'm not enjoying that too. But if you see an ad, just know that you're supporting my channel with it. It doesn't cost you anything. It costs you a few seconds and here you can click. But just know, I just wanted to be open and honest about everything. I think that it's just very important to me. And you will understand why you see them. So you will just see one pop up every now and then, like this. Okay, sorry, I had to do that. but I hope you understand. It is a great way for me to support the channel. And at the first, it's really pocket money at first, to be honest. But if we really grow, which could be possible, it will be able to support my channel, and I will be able to make some more bigger videos, which I can pay with like the ad money that I get, you know. I hope you understand. I just wanted to talk to you about it because I think it's really exciting for me, and also a way that's really exciting for you, because I'm able to make more content, or more just really fun content. I'm rambling. I just hope you understand. I'm really happy about it, and I hope you are happy about it too. It's just a very big milestone. It's just so cool. Okay, next, let's go into whips. Yeah, work in progress. So I have a few. I'm going to show you one that I haven't worked on, so I'm not going to talk a lot about it. I'm just going to pop up and put it away. And this is my gift from my mom. I think I literally haven't worked on it. So if you want to see more of it, you can watch some previous podcasts. This is the Cumulus Blouse by Petite Knit, worked in Drops Alpaca Silk. Really soft, really fluffy, cozy. Haven't worked on it. Okay, oh, that was fast. Then, this was my newest whip last time. So this is a really exciting sweater by Kutova Kika. This is the Arctic Light sweater, and I haven't worked a lot on it too. I did I think maybe 8 rows, because it's charted, so it takes a lot of time, but it's really fun, so I don't mind. This really is a longer project, but I really want to show it because the cables, it's a cable sweater. The cables are showing up quite nicely at the moment. I've started off with a twisted rib double folded neckband, neck collar actually. I still have to fold it down, of course. And after that, it's a top-down sweater, raglan with cables. As I said, you start with the raglan cables. It's double. But I want to show you this because it's really starting to show right now. So this is so fun. There are so many fun cables. This is like the raglan divider. It's a bit difficult to show you, to be honest. Okay, here you can see it. Very beautiful. And now another cable starts here with these puff stitches. Here is a beautiful cable. I think this is the back that I'm showing you right now. I think this is the back. Yeah, and some more twisted rib here. This is one of the front cables. It's a little bit bigger. Is it true what I'm saying? Is that the front? Yeah, that is, I think that is the front or the sleeve. No, that is the front indeed. I worked on it a little bit during Christmas because we have some family living on the other side of the country. That's for us. It's far. For you, it's probably nothing. It's like a 3-hour drive. For us in the Netherlands, that is far. So I did a lot of car knitting. Yeah, it's just so beautiful. I really love it. It is made in drops. I'm a little bit warm, that's why I'm doing my hair all the time. It is made in drops air in the color Pearl Grey, which is this really lovely whitish gray which I think it would be really nice. I'm like extremely pale. Like every foundation color is too dark for me, even the very lightest. I always have a hard time finding those. So I think this color would be nice. Like I don't look that pale at the moment because I also have some blush on and everything. But yeah, I think this would fit me quite nicely. But yeah, it's beautiful. You can see the needles already a little bit that I'm going to talk about. I got these really exciting knitting needles and I can't wait to show them to you. Yeah, what else do I have to say about this? I did make a mistake. I think I forgot an increase, and I'm at that point at the moment that I'm like, oh, I'm going to fix this. So I haven't picked this up in like a week, I think. I did quite some knitting, but on the other hand also quite not a lot of knitting. Yeah, just enjoyed my free time too. As in I knit a lot in my free time. I knitted a lot in my free time. Both actually. I knit a lot in my free time, but I also knitted a lot in that week. But I feel like I did make quite some progress. On the other hand, I don't feel like I did make a lot of progress. It's double. Anything else I want to say about it? No, I think that's clear. You will see it for a long time. It really is a long time project. So it is a big project, really fun, a bit more complicated is not maybe the right word, because I don't find it very complicated. I did have a hard time with finding some of the stitches, so it's charted, but there's not an explanation for every stitch, which is logical, I think. But there are some stitches that are a bit difficult to find online, but until now I found everything and it's clear enough. Yeah, I already did some cable surgery last time, so I'm feeling quite confident in it, but it will take a long time, and I'm not pushing myself to be fast with this too. Then another sweater that I've been working on for quite some time now, I'm going to show you in a little bit, or after I had a sip of tea. Okay, the other one is getting close, not close to being finished, but closer to being finished. It's like a full packet already, so you can see. This is the September sweater. This is a brioche knit sweater, patterned by Petite Knit. And I have worked on it a little bit, not too much, but I need your advice actually. I actually avoided with knitting on with this. And I will tell you why. This is it until now. I maybe can put it on. I do have a very tight cord on here, so I'm not sure if my arm fits through that, but I can try. Okay, I bounded off the body, that was last time already, and I started on the sleeves, which also was last time. This is where I was the last time. So I did this part, took it with me with Christmas, and I started on the other sleeve. Reason for it being, I already talked about it last time, but I'm going to talk about it now because I really want to ask you what you would think, what you would do. So the body is knitted in an extra small, which is my top size normally, and also because this is growing a lot, I just wanted to be sure that this would fit, like be not too big. I do like a bit of an oversized sweater, as you can see, because this is really oversized for me, but I didn't want it to be too big because I know it will grow over time. This yarn drops air too. This is the same yarn as the other sweater. Is known to be growing a lot, and this stitch will grow a lot. So I think she says in the pattern that it will grow 8 to 10 centimeters. So I think that's quite a lot. Okay, back to what I was saying. So the body is an extra small, but I knitted, my gauge was a little bit off. So I knitted the armholes too long, which it was something that I realized when I was doing the sleeves. So the sleeve stitch count is now for a large or extra large. So what I did in the other sleeve, as you can see, I decreased already in the beginning because I was like, I don't want it to be too big. It doesn't have to be extra small because my arms are not really, like my body is like an extra small, but my arm is not, you know. So that's the great thing about knitting, you can adjust everything. But I was like, okay, we'll do some rapid decreasing. But I'm going to put it on for you and you will see why I'm not sure if that's working out. So I started the other one and it's too short really to see, but I want to ask your advice. I thought I had knitted more. Okay, let me put it on for a second. Okay, as I thought, it doesn't fit, so I'm not going to keep this on too long because it is stretching a lot. So I decreased very rapidly here. And when I lower my arm, you can see that it bunches quite a bit. However, this is also bunching. Okay, I thought, I didn't try this on yet. I thought this would bunch more because of the rapid decreasing. But looking at it right now, I think this bunches even more. But it also could be because this is too small for my arm. So it should be a little bit more like here, I think. What do you think? If I knit this longer, do you think that this one will bunch more? So like the extra large sleeve, or the sleeve that I decreased to around a medium, I think, or a small? I'm not 100% sure. I think, oh, look at this. Yeah, here you can see it very clearly. It just gets a lot of fabric here. And I think maybe if I don't decrease that much, it will be better. Like sitting too low. Wait, I'm going to stand up a little bit. Here you can see. Yeah, this is a lot of bunching, a little bit too much, you know? I really want to love it when I have it finished. So here you can see this part should be around here. What do you think? I have no idea. So this is not long enough to really see, but I want to finish like knitting this to around here too. And then see what will be better. So I might have to rip out a whole shoulder, as you can see. Or shoulder, an arm. I'm just not sure. I really want to love it, you know. So I just want it to fit very nicely. And I will be bummed if it doesn't fit nicely. This would bother me, I think, if this indeed will do a lot of bunching. I'm not sure. Maybe like bigger sleeves is not bad, you know. I do really like a balloon sleeve. This isn't a balloon sleeve pattern, but maybe I could make it a balloon sleeve. Let me know in the comments. I really could use some advice. So I'm gonna put on the other sweater again in a second, or right now. So I'll see you in a second, like literally a millisecond. Okay. Okay, I'm back. Something else about this is a brioche knit. This is my first ever brioche knit and I'm loving it so much still. I haven't worked a lot on it at the moment. But if you're scared about brioche knitting, don't be, because it really isn't that difficult. You start this working flat, which is the easiest actually for brioche knitting, which normally in the round working is for most people more enjoyable. But this is worked flat. For the top part, the shoulders, it's a really fun construction too. It's really engaging at the beginning, also in the end, but more in the beginning, I think. I don't think it's that difficult. So if you're interested in doing something brioche, having a nice sweater that feels like a cloud, because it really does, this is one for you. So keep an eye out on it. Oh, I made a mistake here. I just realized I made a mistake on the back, so that's not too bad. One thing with knitting in a round for brioche is that you do one round brioche knit and one round brioche purl. And I see that I made a little mistake here. I didn't even realize that. But yeah, I think it's the back. Who will notice this? Me only probably, but I also did that once on the underarm, but it's like completely underneath your armpit or in your armpit. So I don't mind. Really, really fun. This is also, by the way, not the original pattern, like the front. I did a modification by Lielike. However, I modified the modification, not on purpose. So it's actually unique. So that's cool. I actually did the increases. Okay, you see it here. You increase there and you decrease, so it stays the same as stitch count. I actually did that wrong on the wrong part. But I still love it. Can't wait to wear this eventually. I do really want to prioritize some knits. Like my mom's gift knits is something that I want to finish, but I really have to pick it up again. These last 2 weeks was mostly just about having fun with knitting, but I'm going to talk about that No, actually, yeah, I have time to talk about it now. Yeah, so for me, these, I'm going to lower you a little bit. These last 2 weeks really were just about enjoying knitting. So for me, I really enjoy casting on. It's just something I really enjoy casting on. I think a lot of people recognize this. It's just that feeling of having something new to work on is just amazing. And for example, this sock really gave me that feeling, and it's even better because I finished this so quickly, so it also gave me the satisfaction of having something done. I could be able to finish this other sock also in a few days, you know, so it's just I want to be my knitting to be about fun and joy and relaxing. And I started knitting 6 months ago, something like that. But I actually started crocheting first a year ago, not right now, a year ago, or like December 2021, because I was experiencing burnout symptoms. I've talked a little bit about this. This is also one of the reasons why I started on Mindful Creators. I had a lot of physical symptoms, mental symptoms, had a long time that I was going, walking around with these problems. And I finally took them and did something with them. I'm doing really great at the moment, but it took me quite some time. So I think I can say that I'm feeling like this for like a month now. And I'm not saying that it will take long for you if you're in the same situation, but the first half of the year of 2022, I had a very busy schedule still, and a lot of my mind is, I didn't feel like I have the mental capacity or mental space to really work on myself at that moment. And this last half year, I did a minor completely towards the Mindful Creators, so that's really fun. I worked on the Mindful Creators for months now, and really had the moment and the time to work on things. But what really worked for me, that's actually what I want to say, is just small steps, small goals, doing things that I really think are fun. So the minor that I'm doing is really like, what do you want to do? What do you enjoy in life? What makes you happy? Which is something I feel like we are not always able to think about, like the adult working life. Like when something is fun, you're not working hard enough. That's something that you hear going around, but that is bullshit, I think. Or that is something I've realized now that is bullshit. Don't block me, YouTube, please. It's just, I really realized I can make this life really fun for me. And I did this in a lot of small steps, also for the burnout things. Small steps is what I did and what really worked for me. And just making things fun, and that is why I think casting on is so fun. It's just so great. However, I don't want to be casting on continuously or every time, because I do feel a little bit stressed sometimes if I have too many whips. So you have to find a balance. I think a lot of people have this gift knit from my mom. Really, it gave me so much stress. That's why I also postponed it. So I talked with her about it. My fluff going around here, by the way. Yeah, so that gift knit really put a lot of stress on me, because I'm quite a perfectionist and I really don't want to let other people down. I'm quite a pleaser sometimes, or was a lot of time, but now I'm a bit better in it. So yeah, making something for someone else on a tight schedule deadline, it doesn't work for me. But what I was talking about was having too many whips. That's also something that just can give me a little bit too much stress. So at the moment I have 3 sweaters. I really want to cast off the September sweater in the next month. I hope that's doable. I only have some sleeves to go, and I have some tiny circular needles now that I'm going to show you in a little bit, which will make it a lot faster already. So I hope that's possible. I like to have a sweater off my needles. I don't have any sweaters at the moment that I want to start casting on. So I have 3 sweaters. The socks for my brother is only duplicate stitching, but I won't put any pressure on that because it doesn't matter for him, you know. For my mom, I do really want to finish that also in this winter season still. I still have quite a bit to go, a lot of the body and a lot of the sleeves too. But I want to be able to wear it this winter season. So that will be nice. And then I'm like free to go around again. But socks, like these kind of small projects, I just want to be able to start to keep casting them on. Yeah. that was my long part about why I like casting on. How are you about this? I really want to know, because are you like a monogamous knitter? Because I could never, but I'm really interested if you are, and why you would be a monogamous knitter, or why you enjoy it. Like, this sounds like, well, you enjoy it, but I mean it seriously. Like, are you maybe someone that doesn't like to have many whips, or only likes to work on one thing? Let me know, because I think I find that really interesting, and I think it could be fun for you to read from others too, what they enjoy. So please let me know in the comments below. This is kind of cold. Okay, acquisitions, because we have quite a few, and I normally don't really have acquisitions, like almost never, like a random little thing maybe, but I have a few Christmas gifts, as I said, so the sock blocker and the needles. Then I bought my mom some knitting related Christmas gift. I got her like a sock knitting set, because she tried out my circling needles and she really enjoyed them. She is getting back into knitting again, actually. She did a lot of knitting when I was younger, and she enjoyed that and wanted to do sock knitting herself too. So I got her some yarn. I went to Woolplein. It's actually a Dutch online, like, it's like the Dutch version of Hobby, I think. Hobby, how do you say that? Woolplein. I went to Woolplein. It's my local yarn store. It's like 20 minutes away. And got there, found her some really fun yarn. It is actually, was it Meilenweit? I think it was Meilenweit yarn. It was a collaboration with Arne and Carlos. So it's like self-striping. It's not striping yarn, but it's like self-designing sock yarn. I don't know how you say that. It makes a fun design, and you only have to knit like the same thing. Got her needles, got her stitch markers, and another fade color of yarn, which is also Meilenweit, I think. But when I was there, I was talking with the ladies around. I'm like a person that will talk with anyone, anywhere. So I was talking with them, and I was saying, okay, sock knitting for our mom and everything. So looking for sock yarn. And she came back to me and she was like, okay, this is now in clearance. This is actually 50% off. And it was also hand-dyed. It was like big company hand-dyed yarn too. So I just couldn't leave it there. I just couldn't. I also bought some for myself. One of those skeins was the fade that I got from my mom, but it's already at her place. And the others, as you can probably already imagine, was this one. I pop up a picture here because I have pictures of all the 3 yarns that I got, because I got 3. They were originally, I think, 7 or 8 euros, and now I think they were 7 euros originally, so like $7 too, and they were half off, which is great. So they are 50 gram skeins, hand dyed. Sock yarn is merino to be, let's see, it is Lana Grossa Meilenweit merino jam hand dyed, and it's hand dyed in India. Made in Italy, so I think they do the rest of the packing and everything in Italy. It's so beautiful. This is the green one with some black, gray in there. My boyfriend really loves this, so maybe I'll be able to do something with it. This is 50 grams, so it's not enough for like a full pair of socks. But this one, for example, I did another color. This is, I didn't even tell what kind of yarn I used for the rest. It's the white color is Drops North, so I combined it, and then it's fine. I even have more left than I need, then my yarn dropped. So I got a few. As you can see, this one is still hanged up. Hanged up, is that how you say it? In a hang. This is the color Roja, or Roja. I don't know how you say that. It's really beautiful. Then I got this one, and this is the first one that I caked up, and then I realized it wasn't a mix, it was a fade. I was a little bit bummed about it. This is the color Dangal. Please focus, please. It has a hard time. Come on. Yeah. I popped up the picture. I don't have it caked up or like in the hang, of course, anymore, but this is a fade from blue to like, yeah, what is it, tan, something like tan brownish. It almost has a little bit of an eggplant color to it. Hope you can see it a little bit. If it's focused, it has a hard time. I have a hard time talking, but this is a hard time focusing. Hope you can see it a little bit. There it goes. So it almost has this brownish, eggplantish color. Hey, not focus on there. Focus on here, please. There are a lot of shiny things in the background. So it starts with this really beautiful, can I pull a little bit out? Blue-ish. Where is the beginning? Oh, I lost the beginning of the yarn. Okay, because oh, Jesus. Okay, that was not supposed to happen. This is where it starts. So it has this beautiful, beautiful blue in there. And it goes to that color. Oh, I don't know how I'm going to put that in there back. You're just going to pop it in there. Oh, this wasn't a good idea. But it's okay. It's all fine. You're okay. No, it's okay. It's really, really beautiful. And then of course this one too. So here you see a picture of what it was in the hank. And I think these two colors together are just so beautiful. But I'm just a little bit bummed it's a fade, because it would be really fun if like this, how cool would this be if this was like this orange and pinkish, purplish, magenta color together. That would be so fun. But this is also beautiful. So I am happy now that I only got one skein of each, because I was thinking about, okay, maybe get 2 skeins, but I'm on quite a tight budget. So I normally don't really buy anything for myself. Like rarely, only like some knitting related things. But I just wanted to have a little bit of a Christmas gift to myself. So those 3 skeins, and maybe I'll be able to make some shorties for my boyfriend, or some colorwork shorties. That would be cool. He really likes this yarn. This is something like I normally only, I like look for a pattern first and then buy yarn. This is my way of doing it. Also because hand-dyed yarn is mostly time too expensive for me at the moment. So it was really fun to be able to buy some hand-dyed yarn that is really affordable. So normally these are like 7 to 8 euros, dollars. I'm really excited. I was so excited about it. And then I was like, okay, I need to cast this on. And normally I'm really about the greens and blues, as you know. There's like some green, blue, green everywhere in the house. But this really spoke to me. I love how it pops. So that's why I got that one too. It's getting a little bit dark already. I hope it's not, no, it's still quite light in the video. Yeah, the sock blocker. Let me talk a little bit about this too. This is a sock blocker. I specifically asked for a size 38, 39 because that is my size. This is literally 38, 39. It's by Pony. Never heard of the brand. You can see it here. Pony sock blocker. Really like it. I asked for sock blockers, actually, but I'm going to buy another one myself. But this is nice and sturdy. I really like the look of the wood ones, but if you think about it practically, that wouldn't hold up, right? Because your sock is not soaking wet when you put it on a blocker, but still there's liquid in it, and wood takes up liquid, so you would think it would rot eventually. So I'm really happy I have this, and it fits perfectly. Really like it. I kept this on because I want to have another one, so I remember which one it is. I just I blocked those, so those two I blocked. One day, the other day, and they were dry the next day because we have like this washing closet almost, and I just hang it in there and it's dry completely because it's very warm in there. But yeah, really happy with it. So excited. Then okay, the moment we've been waiting for. Oh, these are so beautiful. This is my new knitting needle set. Oh, I'm so happy with this. Let's give it a moment. It's from Lick. It feels so luxurious. It's vegan leather, they call it, or vegan suede. I actually have a drops set. I'm not sure what the name of it was again. It's perfect for a beginning needle set. It is it does the job. Only thing that I find really annoying is that the needles curl off while you're knitting, because the cord to the attachment part is fixed, and when you're knitting things turn, of course, so it screws off a little bit. So I have to screw it back on while I'm knitting. But I really wanted a small, short knitting needle set. I almost flashed it already. And I was looking on the internet, and they are very expensive. And for my boyfriend, together, I got this for my boyfriend actually for Christmas. Normally for us together, we don't really ask for specific things, only if we really want to, of course, but we don't make a list. We just buy some things that we think the other person would really like. But this time, I asked him if he had something specific, and I, like, talking back, I was like, okay, if there's one thing that I would really like, it's a short interchangeable knitting needle set. But I already said, like, they're quite expensive, so I don't expect anything. And I think a few weeks later he was like, I was already gift shopping and everything, and he was like, yeah, I might need some help, because he wanted to give me one, but he was like, I have no idea what you want. I have no idea how it works. And he was like, I really want to do this, I want you to help me, because I have no idea. So I was looking around on the internet to find something that was a little bit more affordable. Like, I don't really shop for myself, but I also don't really ask for a lot of expensive things. I find it difficult sometimes. But yeah, I was looking around, and this is one set that caught my eye immediately. This is the Like Cipra, and it's quite special because the needles are from copper. I'm going to show you already. So this was one, I'm going to show it a little bit longer later. This was one set that I had seen before, and I was quite in love with it because I like knitting with metal needles. Is it metal? Yeah, I think it's metal. I don't really enjoy with wood. It's too much friction for me. I already am quite a tight knitter, so I like when it's quite, how do you say that? Flowy? Not flowy. When there's not much tension on the needles and on the yarn and everything. But yeah, I knew what the price was of these, of course. So I was looking around, looked these up again, was looking for the cheapest option and everything. And then we found an Etsy shop, or I found an Etsy shop in Lithuania, I think, who had them for 100 euros, which is still a lot of money. But it was the cheapest I could find. So I was going to him, I was like, okay, I've been looking around, but there's nothing really that I think would hold up very nicely. And this is really something that I would really love. And otherwise I would still ask for this one next year probably. And it was like, okay, don't say anymore, I'm going to buy this one for you. So that was really, really nice. So yeah, this is it. These are the Like Cipra copper knitting needles. Copper. Sounds so bougie, doesn't it? They go from size 2 and oh, there are also US sizes on there. Oh, that's cool. So I can say both now. Oh, it's so tiny. They go from size 3.25 millimeter, which is a size US 3. Like, I don't know if you can even see this on there. It's too tiny to focus, but it's really tiny. So 3.25 millimeters minimum US 3 to a, gosh, oh, that's even tinier, to a 6.5 millimeter, which is a US 10.5. So it's quite a good range too. Normally I think they also go from 3 to 8 millimeter, but I don't really do a lot of chunky knits. I think what I would use most is 4, 5, 6 and everything in between. Yeah, they are so beautiful. The fun thing about them, so they are from copper, and you can already see some spots on there. Copper oxidates over time, so these do too. But it isn't really a bad thing. Like, if you don't like it, they also said that Like has a copper cloth, so you can clean them. They do smell really gross. I think it's the bag. Like, they try to replicate a leather smell. If I smell a little bit more, it smells like my mom. My mom drives a horse. We have a horse, or she has a horse, and she drives Western. So with like the cowboy kind of riding saddles, it smells like it. But that is a nostalgic smell, so that's good. I have no idea where I was. I'm just too excited about them. They are tiny. They are 3.5 inch, I think. You can see it here, how short they are. And one of the reasons I really wanted these is because I don't enjoy magic loop knitting at all. And also, since I started sock knitting with the tiny circulars, I noticed that my shoulders can act up and wrists too, from too much knitting and in general. So I noticed that I got less shoulder pain. And I've heard this from other people too, that if they have like only like this part in their hand, so you really knit like this now, really knit like this, instead of having the longer needle like to there, that it was better. I do need to get used to them still a little bit. I haven't knitted much with them. I knitted with them through Christmas and a few days after, but we had some very busy days and everything. They are on the gray sweater at the moment. I have the same size needle for like the September sweater, and like this one's 5mm, I think. I need to get used to it a little bit because they do have some more friction than my metal needles, but nothing too bad. It's like it just feels very different. I'm giving like a whole review here. I think I will be doing a review video in a little bit, like a month or two after I've been using them. But I don't know if this is able to. Okay, how am I going to do this? I tried to focus, but it doesn't work. But I don't know if you can hear that. They have a little bit of friction when you rub them together. So it's just, I'm getting used to them still, but I really enjoy them. There are a few cables with them. And one thing I really love about the cables, they're just very simple. Like how luxurious the needles look, how simple the cables look. But that's okay. They, it's a little bit difficult to show. I hope you can see this. Look here. They turn, which is great because now my needles don't screw up anymore. So there are quite some tiny ones in there too. Enough for me to use, which is great. Some stoppers, some needle to make them tighter. Yeah, I'm just really excited about it. It's just such a beautiful case too. And like you can even put it up like this. I'm just so grateful and happy, and yeah. I have a great man. It's just so nice. We're not like big gift givers. I do like to give a lot of gifts, but as I said, budget thing is not always easiest. But yeah, I'm just really happy with it. Wow, I've been talking for quite a long time. I'm going to get my notes. I always have some notes. I didn't even look at them, so maybe I missed some things. I have no idea actually. Let's see. Let's go over it. Finished objects. Check. News. Oh, news. Well, I forgot one thing to say. Jeez. Community call. If you know the Mindful Crazes a little bit, if you've been watching longer, you know we did a community call in end of November. And I want to be planning a new one for around February, I think. So I probably going to post that tomorrow, which is yesterday for you. Yeah, so Wednesday this week. Yesterday for you. I'm going to post something in the Facebook group, or maybe Tuesday, or maybe today already. I'm not sure. This week I'm going to post it in the Facebook group again. So we're going to plan a new community call. So if you're interested in that, please go into the Facebook group. I also will post it here. I'll mention it in the videos when we have planned the new one. I will also put it in the community tab. Someone mentioned this and was like, that is a great idea. But we will plan it like together. So in the Facebook group I can give people some more choices. Maybe I will do that here too. You will be up to date if you follow me here. Facebook group, maybe if that's something that you're interested in. We have like 140 plus people in there, all over the world. It's really fun. A lot of people show what they make and everything. Or follow me on Instagram, because that's also a place where I share these things. You can see it here. Make sure you just follow me. But you will keep, if you just keep an eye on everything, you will be up to date on the community call and when it will be. I think somewhere in February. And what time and everything, what day will be known later. So yeah, community call. Very important to say, because that's just a big part of the Mindful Crazes community. That's all what we do it for, right? Then let's see. acquisitions. Oh yeah, I got some stitch markers, said that last time, but there are someone around. It's just those clip stitch markers, really, really easy. Oh yeah, I got a crochet book actually for Christmas from my mom. Crochet socks. However, when I got it home and I was like going through it, I was like, wait, I don't get what is this language. I was like, oh, it's Dutch. And I'm Dutch, but I learned to crochet and knit in English, so I have no idea about the Dutch terms, is that the right word? The Dutch, you know, the Dutch way of knitting and crocheting. So I was like to my mom, I have no idea what this is and everything, as in I cannot understand it. It's like learning a whole new language when you start to knit or crochet in another language again. So we sent that back, and I'm going to look for something else that I want to have. So yeah, I see that my camera is dying, which is not good because we're not done yet. Yeah, it's going to die soon. Okay, let's see how far we come, and then I have to charge a little bit for a little while. I always do this part of watching, listening, reading. I'm going to keep it really short because I also have not much to say. I didn't read a new book, didn't start a new one actually. I've still been reading Queen of Shadows from Sarah J. Maas, but it's a long read in between. We have been watching Outlander. If you have seen last week's podcast, I got my boyfriend into watching Outlander again with me, or again. For me it's again, for him it's new. So it's my third time watching now. And for him it's the first time. We're now at season 2, so I think he likes it. Yesterday he was like, we watched the episode and then he was like, okay, what do we do now? Another one? I was like, yeah, of course. So I looked at him like, yeah, of course. And he said, but as in, it looks like I was saying bias, like you know that you like it, so watch another one. And he likes it now, but he's still like, yeah, I think it's interesting. That's what he said, but he likes it, so that's fun. And live Christmas, talked about it a little bit already. We had a very fun, very busy Christmas. We also have a second Christmas day here in the Netherlands, so we had Christmas Eve together, Christmas Day at my parents' house, second Christmas Day at his family. And then we made up like a third Christmas day, so we had like a long Christmas. New Year's we just celebrated with the two of us because we had a lot of busy days already, and it was so cozy and nice inside. We had a board game, we bought a board game. He doesn't really play a lot of board games. I loved it when I was younger, so I was really excited that he wanted to do board games with me. Had some snacks and watched the fireworks here, which is really fun. And coming up, I have a knitting friend's birthday coming up, so that's really nice. Like an offline friend. You guys are also my friends, but offline I can also see her in real life, so that's really nice. And or real life, online is also real life. What am I saying? I can see her physically. Better way to say it. So that's really, really fun. And yeah, I think that's it. We're going to round it off here because my camera is dying and I think I have talked a lot, more than enough. So it's getting dark outside already. It's like not even 4. It's like almost 4 o'clock, but the Netherlands, it's getting dark. It's winter time. So thank you so much for being here. If you watched to the end, wow, you watched a lot. So thank you so much. I am so happy and grateful for you being here, and I can't wait to see you next time. If you enjoyed this video, like it below, give me a follow. It really means a lot to me. And leave a comment. I always read everything and I comment on like everything that you can comment on. Like everything actually. So thank you, and I will see you in the next one. Bye!